Yo, yo. Let's get it together. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright, we getting set up here, man. Anybody checking in, let me know y'all can hear me. Let me know y'all can hear me. We going live. This is the live strategy session, man. Breaking down the Sunday single entry NFL slate. We gonna jump right into it. Just waiting on some people to come on into the live session, man. Y'all pardon me, man. I'm still trying to get this solo one man show, so we working out the kinks, man. Okay, kid from Akron in the building, man. We gonna talk about single entry building, man. We are gonna get into. We gonna get into it, all right. We gonna wait. Who else in here? Who else? Everybody can hear me. Everybody can see me. Y'all can see the screen. Yeah, pretty sure y'all can. We gonna get into it, man. Let's wait on some few more people, man. Got my notes here, man. Y'all don't mind me, man. I might be a little nervous. It's my first time going live, all right? We're going to give it about 2 or 3 minutes, then we're going to jump into what I'm seeing out there. Give y'all real insight, insider information right now. So, hey, let y'all know my thought process on the slate, all right? Let's really do it. Let's really do it. Who y'all liking so far today, man? Who kid from Akron? Who you like out there? What's your single interest stack? Who you liking out there? We got it pulled up. I ain't gonna be on here too long, man. I told everybody I was going live at 11. We just gonna take a few. Okay. In the single entry, in Carolina, the Jets in the single entry. That's tough. That's tough, though. I like it though. I like it. I like a little Zach Wilson. I got to line up with him in the Millie Maker. I got a little Zach Wilson stack because I think they get down and have to throw a lot. I think he gonna be good enough to yeah, definitely GPP. Definitely. I think he can I think he's gonna be a little better than people think. He's not getting a lot of hype, not a lot of ownership, but they expect to be down in that game. I think they're gonna have to pass the ball, so I definitely like Zach Wilson stacking my Millie Maker. All right, somebody else just popped in here. We in here. We about to go live. I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. Go to 11:10, and we gonna dive right in. We gonna dive right in. Yeah, I mean 11:10. We gonna go on and get into the slate. So, I mean we can. Yes sir, yes sir, kid from Akron. That is the game. Tennessee, Arizona. That is the game, my friend. But and I got the perfect way to build it too. That is the game. But we just gonna break down some different game stacks in this single entry, different ways to attack it. What I think the main builds are gonna be. All right, we're gonna start lighting it up, man. One more minute here. One more minute. I'm pretty sure they'll fill on in as we continue to go live. I gotta see the comments from my phone, man. I ain't got it all. I need a producer, man. Trying to get on. I need a producer like Awesome and them. Somebody come hook me up, man. I don't know how to work everything all at once and do the show. I see why they have behind the scene production things. All right. All right, man. 11:10. All right, we gonna get into it. We got 2 people in here. Hopefully everybody join in. We'll touch back. As more people come in. But so today on the single entry, man, it's looking like. So before I get into it, everybody always like the ownership. Ownership is the big key. So nobody really does just single entry ownership. But a great way to do it, man, is just look at general ownership with the what that everybody has in the GPPs, and you can kind of double that for your single entry, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like let's say like today. So the running backs, the high owned pieces on today's slate are McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara. Not really there here. McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara. I think all of them coming in like close to 20% on. So in this single entry, when you're posting a single entry, you can probably double that. That's gonna be those 3 guys, those 3 running backs are gonna be like 40% on, in my opinion. All right, but maybe even more. They can be 40. I see them being about 40%, maybe pushing even 50. So if you know that's gonna be the Bills, so McCaffrey, Cook, and Kamara, we established that, right? It's gonna be the Bills and single entry. So you gonna get some people who try to jam two of them in like that because there's a lot of value at receiver. So that being said, so that means you can honestly, conceivably say most of the Bills in the single entry are going to be pay up at running back, pay down at receiver. Pay up at running back, pay down at receiver. So I'm going to attack that by getting different today and not just trying to invert it per se, but I'm going to attack it. I'm going to go a balanced build. I'm going to try to go a balanced build because even if most people don't go two pay up running back, they're going to go one pay up and then one pay down option. Joe Mixon is pretty popular. So they're going to do something like that. And it might be McCaffrey mixing. It might be Kamara mixing. It might be Cook mixing. They're going to do something. They're going to do something like that. And then they're going to go a cheap receiver, let's say Moore, one of these 3,000 receivers. They're going to do like that. And then they're going to try to pay up for whoever their favorite receiver is. They're going to try to pay up for them and put their QB in. Let's say Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen. They're going to do that right there. This kind of build right here, I think, is going to be the basis of a lot of people are going to try to strategize and build like this in this single entry. In this single entry you're in. So especially the higher dollar, man. The higher dollar, the more expensive a contest in, the more a lot of those professionals are just straight highest optimized lineup. They might move one or two plays that they don't really love, and that's about it. So they're definitely gonna be more predictable. If you're in $100 single entry and up, those guys are definitely if you use the algorithm, just generate the highest projected lineup and then basically just take out one or two plays that you don't like or squeeze in a guy you want to squeeze in. That's basically how they do that in them higher dollar single entry contests. Those are very beatable in my opinion. I'm gonna say very beatable because you got to have the right strategy, but those can be beaten. But any single entry, I think you're going to see builds like this. Like I said, either one pay-up option and like 1 million option like Mixon, or maybe they take a shot with like Emmanuel Sanders or somebody. Somewhere in there. Or they're going to squeeze in two pay-up running backs like this and then pay down somewhere else at receiver. So to beat that, my strategy, how I plan to attack my single entries today, is go balance builds. That's right. I'm gonna try to avoid those cheap receivers, right? But let's go take a look at those right now. Let's take a look at these cheap receivers. The main four. You got the two more guys. These are the popular cheap receivers that you're gonna see. So instead of all those guys can fail. One of them may hit, but most of those guys are going to fail, man. It's going to be hard because in most cases, you're talking about maybe the number 3 wideout on their team, and are they a popular passing option? Maybe they're number 2 wideout, but their team probably not going to have to pass that much. So let's look at these cheap wide receivers here and try to identify one, maybe two that we like. And we're going to stash them in our back pocket. We really don't want to build around them, but if we get a nice build and we have to pay down, let's go and identify one we like and just stash them in our back pocket for later. So that's what we're going to do right now. So the main 4 pay down options at receiver I've seen that people are talking most about that most of the guys are going to be on. You got Rondale Moore from Arizona right here. He shapes up he could be the number 3, even though the Cardinals want to spread it out and throw the ball all over the field. We don't know if he's the number 3 or the number 4. We know they want to get him involved. We know they want to use him. So you got Deandre Hopkins is the stud, the alpha. I think A.J. Green is going to be a big part of this offense. I like A.J. Green. Side note here, man. A.J. Green is a very sneaky wide receiver play today. You got a team who wants to air the ball out. And I look at A.J. Green just like this. I compare him to because he's been hurt so much, he's been out of the game, right? I compare him to like Gronk. You remember when Gronk first came back from retirement last year? First couple of games, everybody he looks stiff. He can't move. He just looks like a shell of himself. But as the season went on, right, he kind of started loosening up, getting his agility back, getting his feel for the game back, and he looked better and better as the season went along. If you catch him the first game out yesterday against my Dallas Cowboys, man, he looked right at home. He looked like he did back in New England when he was in his prime, in his rare form, or as close to it as he possibly could be. He looked good, is what I'm saying. I'm comparing that same thing to AJ Green, man. I think last year, his first season back, really from all those injuries, it's just being out of the game. He looked stiff early in the year. Everybody's saying he's a shell of himself. He doesn't look smooth running his routes. But as the season got going, he kind of worked himself back in rhythm. And towards the end of the year, he was looking pretty good. Now you couple that with the fact that coming into this season, they were saying in training camp, AJ Green was looking good. He was looking healthy. He was looking fluid in his routes. And AJ Green in his prime, man, come on. You know he was a top 5 receiver in NFL. I'm not saying he's going to get back to that, but he's a wily veteran who has all the talents in the world. I think he's going to use his knowledge and his skill set to really place himself well in this Cardinal offense, man. I love AJ Green, all right? Sorry to go off on that tangent right there, but I just really like AJ Green as a low-on receiver play as well, all right? But Rondale Moore, man, he's in competition with Christian Kirk. We don't know if he's going to be the number 3 receiver, number 4 receiver, whatever. He may get a few plays, but I can easily see him failing in this matchup, even though the Cardinals want to pass the ball all over the field, all right? The next one, the kid I actually like, is Elijah Moore for the New York Jets. If you was in here earlier, you heard me and the kid from Akron. I was telling I like Zach Wilson stacks and GPPs, and Elijah Moore is one of the guys I pair him with because we've seen a New York Jets team who's underdogs in this matchup. By all accounts, Vegas has them losing this. We don't know who their running back is or how their run game is going to be. It could be one or two backs back there for the Jets. But what we do know is they have a rookie QB who's going to see all the snaps, who had a solid preseason, who's flying under the radar in a game where they should have to throw the ball. I like getting Elijah Moore right here, especially since Jameson Crowder got ruled out with on the COVID list. He should move up and be the true number 2 in this system right here on the field in a game they have to throw. Elijah Moore is one of my favorite pay down options, all right? So we gonna stash him in our back pocket. That's one of them. And let's look at 2 more here, all right? The other guy everybody was mentioning was Terence Marshall Jr. here. That's the other side of that game. Now, who knows? He's for sure going to be the 3rd option. I don't care how much they plan to use him. He's going to be the 3rd option. Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore are the clear-cut 1 and 2. So he's the 3rd option at best. So now you put that together with the fact that in a game that they're favorite, they have a superstar running back in Christian McCaffrey. The game they should lead the whole way. It just equates itself to a game where they don't have to throw that much. And in a game where they don't have to throw that much, if I'm going to take a shot on it, I definitely want the prime target or at least the number 2. I'm not taking a chance with number 3 target, man. They should be up early in this, should run Christian McCaffrey, run the game out. I don't really like Terence Marshall Jr., all right? Now, the 4th pay down receiver option we're going to look at, we're going to Marquez Callaway. Now, I do like this play, all right? Now, he's a little chalky. He's guarding all the attention, but I'm okay with it because here's another game that should be this game should be more high scoring than the Jets-Panthers game. So you're looking at an opportunity for 1 more points in this matchup. Should be a little faster paced game. And he's the clear number 1 option with no Michael Thomas. With the type of preseason he had, the rapport he had with the QBs back there, with Jameis Winston, especially the starting QB in this matchup, in a game where we anticipate them to have to throw the ball. You know Jameis Winston don't mind taking shots down the field. He's still a gunslinger at heart now. And if push comes to shove, the water get a little too hot back there in that pocket, he going to revert to his old self and sling it around. And in that type of scenario, I want to get Marquez Callaway the number 1 option. So this is my second favorite pay down option at receiver. So we got Marquez Callaway and Elijah Moore. All right, we're gonna stash them in our back pocket, remember, because we don't really want to use them unless we have to, unless we got a bill we absolutely love. All right. So that being said, I said balance is, I think, the way to attack the slate. Hold on a second. Let me get some water, man. Doing a lot of talking. This single entry talk. First time going live, all right? If y'all got any questions, man, drop them there. We'll take a quick break. I don't know how long that little talk was, but if y'all got any early questions right now, go on and put them there. We'll do a quick Q&A right quick. Okay, like I did. Allen and Diggs stacks. Okay, Michael Barnes, I see you. Yeah, Jay, all right, so no question right now. Let's get right back into it. So we going balance bill. So that means balance bills, it's a little risky now, but it's not as risky as you may think, because you got Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, the pay-up options, right? We could see a situation where, look, favorite to win. We could see a situation where these two guys get up, where their teams get up big enough and they get pulled in the early in the fourth or maybe halfway through the fourth, and they don't give you full run. And there could be scenarios where they have solid games but not crazy games. See, that's the advantage to paying down and going two mid-tier running backs here. If these guys just have a good game, you need them to have a great game at these prices. Let's be real, and especially in all formats. Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, you want them to have a great game at these prices. But let's say they only put up 25, 30. They can easily have those type of days, guys. It's not out of the realm of possibility. So it's not as risky as you think to go down here and pay down to a mid-tier running backs. If, one, you like those plays, because that's all that really matters. That's what we're doing, is to develop your strategy, your system. If you like those plays, two, they're going to be 3-down backs. If you're going to pay away from it and fading those guys, fading those big guys, Kamara, Cook, and McCaffrey today, and you're going down and paying lower tier running backs like we're doing with our strategy, I'm going to tell you the running backs I like. But you want to make sure there's no chances for a split. You know what I mean? There's always chances for it, but you want to make sure it's the least likely as possible. You want to make sure they're going to be 3-down backs if you're fading these higher tier running backs in the single entry. So let's get into the backs I love. I love right here in this 6,300 range down to the 5,800 range. My 3 pay down backs I'm doing today: Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, and Raheem Mostert. We're going to talk about it. These are my favorite 3 running backs. These are the backs I'm going to run out in all my single entry contests and all my 3 max. 3 max and single entry, they really go hand in hand. They're the same type of contest, so to speak. All right, so right here, just going these 3. If I wanted to go a 3 running back bill, I'm not necessarily doing 3 running back bill, but if I was going 3 running back bill, these are 3 running backs I'm gonna rotate in and out. Like, I'm gonna have a lineup where I have these 3. I'm gonna have a lineup where I have Harris, Mostert. I'm gonna have a lineup where I have just Harris, Mixon, or just Mixon, Mostert. I'm gonna mix and match them, but I'm going to mid-tier running backs just to avoid all the chalk of the pay-up options in the single entry. So starting right here, we're gonna start from right here. We getting into bills now and how I'm attacking this single entry. This is actually how I'm planning to attack it. I'm giving it to y'all, giving y'all the game for free, man. But it's just my strategy. You don't have to do this. I want y'all to see how I do it. Maybe you can take something from it. Maybe you can improve on something. Maybe you see something I'm doing like, oh, he's slipping right here. I can do that better. Whatever. But the main goal is to get you to formulate your own strategy and just be content with that and apply it to every slate. That's all you have to do. That's the thing. And this is my strategy. This is how I like to fade the chalk, so to speak, especially in football. Basketball is a little different. We're going to talk about that in a few weeks. Hope we're going to be there. I can't wait for that either. You know, that's my favorite. But and football is the number one sport to fade the chalk, man. Fade the contrarian. Go contrarian and fade the chalk. And today is a perfect spot in single interest. Now, this is the single interest strategy session. So, are we expecting McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, those guys to come in about 40 plus? I'm expecting those to come in 40 plus in most single entries, guys. So we are fading. If you're just joining us, we are fading those running back chalks for mid-tier guys who we feel confident in will be 3-down backs. All right. So we're gonna get into Najee Harris. Why I like him. in this matchup against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are obviously heavy favorites. A lot of people on the Bills stacked with Allen, Diggs, as well they should be. But I'm going Najee Harris in this matchup. For one, we're talking about a Pittsburgh team who's already said they don't want to have to throw the ball as much as they threw last year with Big Ben being up in age. They want to lean towards the running game, right? That's what they want to try to focus on, control the game. So in this game script, man, I think I really like Pittsburgh plus these points. So since I like Pittsburgh plus these points going against the Bills, what game flow is conducive with my thought process? That's the Pittsburgh Steelers running the ball, controlling the clock. And not saying the game ain't going to be high scoring, but maybe it's not as high as everyone thinks. You know what I mean? Maybe they control the game. The best way to stop a good offense is to keep them off the field. So me thinking that I like Najee Harris here, and with further cementing for him, he's the 3-down back. He is clearly the guy. There's nobody behind him, pushing him, nobody behind him, splitting time with him or whatever. So if that's the case, Pittsburgh slows the game down, controls it, wins the game, or make closing people think Najee Harris is getting all the work. But let's say it doesn't go like that. Let's say it is what it is, what Vegas has it at, and it's a blowout, I ain't going to say blowout, but it's getting out of hand. The Bills are up, and the Pittsburgh is playing from behind the whole time. If that's the scenario and it happens that way, Najee Harris is still getting all the work. He's going to catch the screens, the quick dumps out of the backfield. There's nobody challenging him. That's why I love Najee Harris right here. I don't think it's a bad game script for him today. Any way the game goes, I think Najee Harris has a big part of it. I think you can see a very solid game from Najee Harris right here at this price tag. All right? Joe Mixon. Very similar scenario as Najee Harris. This is why I like Joe Mixon today, man. Same thing. He's going against the Minnesota team. This is a high total, right? Joe Mixon is clearly the guy. With them getting rid of Giovanni Bernard, he is clearly the guy. There's nobody to challenge him for carries or whatever. Passes like they would bring Gio in. He is clearly the guy in a matchup that has a pretty high total. With that being said, he's going to get the work no matter how the game script goes. If Cincinnati wants to do like they did last year and throw the ball as much as they did, who's another team I expect who don't want to throw the ball that much, they're probably going to be a team who leans more toward their pass game, but nobody really wants to throw the ball 45, 50 times a game like Joe Burrow was last year. That is not very conducive to continuous winning, and it's not very conducive to the health of your quarterback. Even if you have a good offensive line, you just open them up to more opportunities to get hit, to get hurt, things of that nature. So they don't want to throw the ball that much. So they should try to lean a little more, just have a little more balanced approach. So Joe Mixon gets all those carries, and whatever game script, he gets all those carries. If it's the Minnesota's up and lead them the whole time game script, Joe Mixon's catching all the passes out the backfield, all the dump routes, screens like that. There's no real game scenario outside of injury or things like that, and the Cincinnati Bengals just getting crushed. If that was the case, it's still a chance. It's a real chance that it can happen. But if it was a higher probability of that happening, the line would be a little higher than 3.5. So I think Cincinnati is energized, especially with Joe Burrow being back. Mixon being the bell cow, there's no real scenario that the game can go wrong for him, is why I like these main two guys right here. And my third guy, he's a little more volatile, Raheem Mostert, because we know there is potential for his backup, Trey Sermon, to get in the game. So he's a little more volatile. I'm not as high on him as I am Najee Harris and Joe Mixon, but he's still very much in play, man. I like getting Raheem Mostert here. I think he's in a game script where they're heavy favorite. They should be running the ball. They like to run the ball. He's their big play runner. He should see tons of carries, especially in the first half, and if the game gets out of hand, it's likely because of him running all over him and Sermon combination. I can see a scenario where they both have decent games. So I like getting to Raheem Mostert right here as my third pay down option. All right. So that's how we attacking it today. 2 pay down options at running back, avoiding some of the chalk of the high pay guys. I know it's a little risky, guys. I know. You feel free if you don't want to completely fade the McCaffreys, Cooks, Camaros of the world like I'm doing. I'm not completely fading them, but in my single interest, in my 3 max, I'm completely fading them. I have them in like my 20 max, things of that nature, but my single interest and my 3 max, I'm completely fading those guys. I'm telling you, it's risky, but if you don't want to do that, that's too risky for you. You're not that risk averse. I would go 1 pay up option and pair them with one of these 2 guys that I just told you, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon. I would identify my favorite, whether it be McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, whatever, and I would pair them with Najee Harris or Joe Mixon. That's what I would do if I didn't want to completely fade the pay up options. All right. So in my 3 max, I do one like that. I'll probably go like Kamara, because if you guys want to know if you don't know, you didn't see my running back video, Kamara is my favorite pay up option out of that top tier running back. So if I'm going that route, like I went with my 20 maxes, I'm gonna go Kamara and Mixon or Harris with them and go from there. So, but this, like I said, if you just joining, I see a couple more people just added on. If you don't know, our strategy for attacking the single interest today is a balanced build. We're going 2 mid-tier running backs and just trying to go as balanced as possible and avoid some of those pay-up options at running back and those pay-down options at receiver. That's our strategy for attacking the single interest today, all right? So, let's get into who we want to stack them with. All right, now quarterbacks. I'm not even going to talk about quarterbacks because quarterback ownership never really gets that high, guys. There's a very few cases where you've seen QBs over like 20%. Like they don't even get that high. The most QB you've seen, the highest QB you probably going to see today is maybe either Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts, I'm thinking, in the single entry. Jalen Hurts been getting talked about a lot. Got a lot of running upside. So your top 3 QBs are going to be Josh Allen, probably Kyler Murray, and Jalen Hurts in the single entry. But I don't really care. So if you like one of those, that's fine. Don't even worry about that. Because your QB ownership doesn't matter that much. They never get that high. So to help me identify, there's a couple of them I like. So you don't have to make a decision right now. I make my decision based off of the receivers I like. The stud receiver you like should dictate who your QB is. You know what I mean? Like if you like Josh Allen, that's fine. But if you have a receiver, like let's say I like Josh Allen, but I absolutely love DeAndre Hopkins. He's my absolute favorite play. Even though I like Josh Allen today, if DeAndre Hopkins is my absolute favorite play, and I think he has a big game, I have to pay him with Kyler Murray. I absolutely have to. I don't think there's a real way around it, especially in that game environment where they're going to throw that much. I just have to because if Hopkins having a big game, Kyler Murray's having a big game. So that's how I look at it, and that's how I choose my QBs. So receivers I like today. The receivers drawing ownership today are typical, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins getting some ownership. Stephon Diggs, I think they were saying like that's one of the favorite stacks out of everybody is that Bill stack. So once again, if you go those pay up running backs like McCaffrey, Cook, and those boys, and you stack them with the Bills, I'm not saying that's a bad build. That's a very solid build, but you're going to be like everyone else. It's going to be a lot of people with those type of builds. And if you're in the single entry, man, you just need a little differentiation. I can't even talk right now. Just be a little bit different, man. You just need just a little bit. So I think if you want to go to Bills, let's look at that stack right now with my 2 pay down options at running back. Let's get into that stack right now. So if I want to go to Bills, I think this is the best way to do it with these 2 pay down options because the Bills are going to be kind of a high owned stack. So I would definitely do that. So we're going to start out with Josh Allen, and we're going to go Stephon Diggs. So let's see. Now, remember, we want to keep this as balanced as possible. We don't really want to dip down to those $3,000 receivers we have in our back pocket. Elijah Moore, Marquez Callaway. Keep that in mind. We got those stats. Those are the two cheap receivers we love. We don't want to go that route because we want to go balanced because that's really going to set us apart. So, we're on this Buffalo. Do we want to go to Josh Allen running QBs? I'm okay with just going one wide receiver because the possibility of them running it in is going to take away from one wide receiver. You know what I mean? It could take away from all of them. He could complete passes and get them down to like the 2 or 3 and just run all of them in and he not really have a passing TD. So I'm okay with going just Stephon Diggs right here with Josh Allen. If I had to pair him with somebody else, maybe Cole Beasley, he's cheap enough. Emmanuel Sanders, he got a question mark by him. I haven't really dived into this stack foot. He's active against the Steelers. Okay. And so Emmanuel Sanders in play. He's a very solid receiver guy. You know he gives you solid production. He didn't play as well. Who they got at tight end over there? I have a favorite tight end pay down option. We're going to get into that too. But Dawson Knox. Okay. Dawson Knox. So if I had to go, if I'm doing the Buffalo Bills stack, I'm probably not going 2 wide receiver. I'm just going to get Diggs and call it a day. But if I had to go with another one, it'll be Cole Beasley or Emmanuel Edwards. They're pretty cheap enough. So let's look at it with Cole Beasley right now. Let's do it this way. Let's say he does that. Let's do it this way. He spreads it out. All right. So this is already a complete game stack. So now that we got Josh Allen, Diggs, and Beasley, we got our run back with Najee Harris. There's no reason to even need to look anywhere. So I like this build right here so far. 4,500 left a player. Let's go to tight end. Now, like I said, by having these 2 pay down options, I think we're different enough that we can go a little chalky and go Kyle Pitts right here, this tight end. I think we can go a little chalky because I like him. I think he's going to get used. Atlanta's going to pass the ball around, right? They're going to throw it around the field. So I like Kyle Pitts in this. And he doesn't have to go that crazy. He doesn't have to have the monster first game out the gate to pay off this 4,400. So I like Kyle Pitts. Let's get a little chalky right here. So we're super different right here because I'm telling you, we're super different right here. And I ain't going to say super, but we are really different from a lot of Bills right now. So I'm going to go sneak Kyle Pitts right there, 4,400. Now, at this other wide receiver. You know what? Now, let's go defense. At this thing, I think it's best to go defense so that way we can really see what we're working with left, all right? Let's go defense. Let's go. Who's down here at the bottom? I don't really care about defense. It's true what they say, man. Spin down at defense. I don't really care. A lot of people are going to Falcons. Falcons are high on defense, so that's they just cheap and they expecting Jalen Hurts to maybe throw a pick or something. He is a young QB, so it's not a bad logic there. I could take a shot on the Falcons defense, but I'm trying to think of how different we'd be because I think they said the Falcons are approaching what 20% ownership, something like that. That's a lot for a defense. Okay. I see it. My bad. I see it, kid from Akron. Moss is inactive. Wow. All right. So Zach Moss being inactive does open up Singletary. So now we have a 4th back we can add. Our Singletary would be over. He would be over Raheem Mostert for me at this point now. So I told you my main 3 backs. If you just joined, I told you my main 3. We're going mid-tier running backs to avoid the chalk or the pay-up option. So my main 3 running backs were Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, and Raheem Mostert. But Mostert is going to drop down to 4 for me. I'm going Singletary. Devin Singletary will be my third favorite. Running back. Him and Mostert in play. So not just have 4. That just give us another bill to go with our mid-tier running backs. And Devin Singletary is great value. He's not even mid-tier. He's probably become one of the best value plays on the slate now because he should get all of the work. Let's see who else they got behind him here. Let's look at these Buffalo running backs. Let's look at these Buffalo running backs. We're doing this live right now. Oh, Matt Breida. Yeah. I don't even know how much he gonna work in. Breida has made the business to the veteran start seeing behind Singletary. But there's some competition out of the way after that. Yeah, because Breida is obvious. Okay, yeah. Singletary is clearly the guy. Man, I don't see Matt Breida doing too much over there. Just off that initial read. I had to hear something else before game time, but now we add Singletary in now. So I'm gonna tell you what, this single entry, man. Now GPPs, they say the edge is putting a wide receiver in your flex. That's true, you can do that, but single entries, man, I like going 3 running backs to tell the truth. If I would go a third receiver if I just love them, but I like going 3 running back bills and single entries. So now I'm gonna just slot Devil Singletary in right here. Bam, 4,700. That opens up a lot. We should have a lot. Let's go identify this defense right here. Singletary is gonna fly up in ownership, though. I'm letting you know right now. Singletary, he's gonna fly up. Especially, oh my God, you definitely gonna get some McCaffrey Singletary lines. You gonna get a lot of McCaffrey, Kamara, Singletary, 3 running back bills in this single interest. I'm telling you right now, Singletary just opened up another value play, a floodgate. It's gonna be, I see that right now, definitely. It's gonna be Kamara. It's gonna be McCaffrey, Cook, Singletary, Cook, Kamara, Singletary. That's gonna be the basis for a lot of single interest. All right, I'm gonna get into some questions. I got a question here. Savage X Plus. So you think stacking a team today is good for this week? Oh, stacking a team in NFL is good for every week. I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't gonna say not necessarily stacking a team, stacking a game, because we've seen time again the key to winning, especially GPPs, and it's the same for single entries too. Is identifying the game stack and being right. Because like they say, if you're trying to just pick 1 or 2 pieces from each game, like, oh, give me a one-off Josh Allen by itself. Oh, give me DeAndre Hopkins from over here. Oh, give me Keelan Allen from over here. Like, if you try to do that, it can be done, but it's very hard to get 8 things right, Savage X Plus. If you understand what I'm saying, it's very hard. That's 8 separate things you got to get right. Versus picking a game and stacking from there. It's only one thing you have to really get right is the game. Because if the game goes that crazy, it should be multiple pieces that you get right from that game. You know what I'm saying? It just, do you get the main pieces? Like, let's say, like the Bills, okay? If they go off, if that game is what it is, and then they scoring 35, 40 points, whatever they expect, however many they're going to score. No matter who you get from that offensive side, unless it's just all special teams from craziness, foolishness. If a team putting up 35 points, 42 points, pretty much no matter who you get from the offensive side of that game, they're pretty much going to have a good game. Now it matters if you get the one who has the great game. For example, if you pick Diggs versus Beasley, and Beasley the one that had, like, Diggs just gives you like 15, just sneaks 1 touchdown, but Beasley goes crazy. You see what I'm saying? Something like that. That might happen to you, but Diggs still should have a good game. So, unless he barring injury or anything, so you definitely want to stack, my friend. If that answers your question. Any other questions? I'm still building this lineup. We about to finish it up right here, but we can get into some questions. Anybody else got questions? Almost. All right, man. We're gonna run through some bills too. Let me finish this one up because I only intend to be on longer than an hour. That last hour I'm gonna use to build my lineup. So y'all gonna start shoot some questions out, man. I'm gonna go quick build some lineups. All right. Next, so we went Singletary. Defense. Now we can get a little different. We can pay up for defense, right? We can pay up for a defense. So we can pay up. We can go Washington football team. How much that leave? Oh, that's a 5,800. That's a nice chunk of change. But let's just say we want to keep it chalky. If you want to keep it chalky, this gonna really give you an edge right here. Let's go to Atlanta. Let's pay for that defensive chalk. Now we got 7,000 for our last receiver. 7,000. Oh, you know what I mean? Look, Allen Thielen. We can go Thielen. We can go top-notch receiver who should see concentrated targets. You know, if they're throwing it, it's gonna be between Thielen, Jefferson, and Cook. If we don't want to go Adam Thielen, we can go. Let's go. Let's go Julio Jones. Another game that's expected to be a shootout. This give us a little piece of that game over there. A lot of people on that Arizona-Tennessee game expecting that game to be good. A.J. Brown's drawing some ownership, but I have no problem going Julio right here. We can go Julio. You know what I mean? And this right here, this is a lineup with a solid floor right here. Very solid floor in this lineup. And we're just different enough that we can take down this single entry with this bill right here. Just different enough by going a balanced lineup. You see, there's no real pay down option. Everybody on this list is going to be involved, going to have potential. There's no real question marks on where they get the time. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of those pay down receivers, the question marks are on when are they going to get the snaps? Are they going to get 15 plays or versus 35 plays? By going balanced, you eliminate that risk because a lot of those guys are not going to get the plays you expect, and even if they do, doesn't mean they're gonna get the opportunity or production you expect. It doesn't mean they're gonna get the ball thrown their way. So that's why going balanced bill is gonna give you an edge on the field today. And all these guys can have. Najee Harris can have a big game, guys. He can give you just as good a game as McCaffrey. If McCaffrey doesn't go, barring a 50-point, 40-point crazy McCaffrey game, you know what I mean? You just look at it. Guys don't go that crazy all the time. Guys be this popular because of their consistency. You see them 37, 24, 28. You know what I mean? If he has a 28-point game, let's just look at it. Like, if he has a 28-point game, and let's say Joe Mixon, who should be in a similar role, catching all the passes, and you don't go McCaffrey, you go Joe Mixon. And then Joe Mixon gets you he has a 45 in his bag last year. We're not even gonna get into that. But if he just gets you a 19-point game, a 20-point game, to me that's a win. Because look at all the salary you save. So that means I'm gonna crush you at receiver. So look at it like a 2v2, right? If you're going, let's say somebody going McCaffrey, 9 out of 10 they got to pay down for a 3,000 receiver. That's 20 more. Let's use more that I like. All right. So you just look at it as McCaffrey and Moore, that combination, because more than likely that's what you're going to have to do because you're going to pay up for more than running back. Does that combination beat Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs? You know what I mean? Because those two players is a little over there. You know what I mean? Like this combination with 13, if you mix in Diggs' salary together, that's $13,800, and if you do McCaffrey and $12,500, so like $1,000, $1,200 difference. You can make that up at your tight end anywhere like that. Does those two? I think Mixon Diggs outscores McCaffrey, Elijah Moore, Rondale Moore, whatever other those cheap pay down receivers are, man. Because those guys can easily get you 0 points. You can have a goose egg up there easily. You can easily have a goose egg up there, especially if you pick the wrong one. So that's what we're doing today, man. All right, let's do another bill. You know, we just starting out with middle and running backs. I said we're going to run through some bills right quick. Let's do this one with Singletary. See, now you can do something like this. Now you can do Singletary and Mixon. Let's do Singletary and Mixon. Pay down that running back. Bam. Now, with Singletary being one of the main backs in this bill, we can look towards the higher options at QB now. Now we can look towards the Mahomes. You know what I mean? Because you see how the average is up. We can look towards the Mahomes. So Mahomes is a popular stack. Let's see how much salary look like if we go Mahomes. I'm trying to show you all type of bills. Let's go Hill. And let's go Kelsey. How much money we got left? 36. Now, this is a situation we may have to use one of those pay down options. So I'm gonna pull the one I like out. Let's go Elijah Moore. Now you know what? We're gonna go Callaway. We're gonna go to true number one pay down. We're gonna go Callaway. Let's pull out one of those cheap guys that we got stashed. Like I said, we don't want to do too many of them, but I think this is a very unique build right here in a single entry. Let's go Callaway. Let's pull him out. And then let's go and take out our defense. This is going to really open up some salary for us. Let's keep it at that Falcons defense. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that in the single inch because, like I said, by paying down that running back, we're gonna be different enough that we make and eat this chalk at defense. But go to Texans if you like. That Trevor Lawrence, could he struggle out the gate? Yes, he could. I know the Texans is not a great defense. There's nothing really for him to be concerned with over there. But he could just make bad reads, guys. Hold on. It happens all the time. He can just make bad reads, make an ill-advised throw or whatever, or just struggle, hold the ball too long. A plethora of things. So don't be scared to play the Texans, but we're gonna play the Falcons here. And now, let's get into one of my favorite paydown options at tight end. The guy I'm looking at is Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron, man. I can see. And if you was in here and you heard my take my take on Najee Harris, you can see why I like Eric Ebron too, because Najee Harris can easily run it down the field. They pound it down there. You know it gets tough inside the red zone. I can easily see a play action dump off to Eric Ebron in the middle of the field. He's gonna be their main goal line tight end. He's had monster games before. They like to get him involved, so I can see Eric Ebron having a nice game at tight end. Guy, this is one of my favorite sleeper tight end plays today. So I'm gonna lock him in there right there at tight end, and that's another way to avoid some of that Pitts chalk, since we're going with the defensive chalk of the Falcons, right? We can avoid a little of that Pitts chalk. He's my favorite pivot from Kyle Pitts. Any lineup that I got Kyle Pitts and I want to pivot and get away from the ownership, I'm going Eric Ebron for the Steelers, all right? So now that leaves us, what, 5,200? 5,200. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I like it. We can go Tyler Boyd. I like it, even though I got Mixon here. If they're forced to throw the ball 50 times like they did last year, both of the Tyler Boyd can have a monster and Mixon can both share a monster. But if we don't want to go Tyler Boyd, we don't like that game that much, you got plenty of other options right here. You got Cortland Sutton, who should be heavily involved. He's good to go. Oh my goodness. Trey Sermon is inactive. Alright, so most of the Singletary are just like moved all the way up the board for me, man. You can play either one of them, man. Oh man, they definitely okay. Yeah, alright. The single entry, it's gonna be tough, man. I might have to stay on a little over an hour to help y'all walk through this, because now we got value. Not as much value at running back, but now we got value at running back too. So the whole gambit is on the table, man. I'm gonna really have to watch ownership and see how it moves. Or this might be you know what? I take that back. Don't even worry about it. It's so much value on this week 1 slate right now. Running back and wide receiver. It's so much value, man. I think this is a situation you just gotta define who you like. You just gotta define who you like and just go with that, because now there's ways you can you can get off the running back chalk, the pay up guys. You can get off the cheap receiver guys. The slate is on his head right now. That Mouse and Trey Sermon being inactive just open up a whole nother can of worms, man. All right. So let's do that. We live. This is live on there. Now we just gonna get into what I really like. Let's do it. We just gonna get into what I really like. So we gonna start off with the 3 bill. This is a new bill. I'm going Mixon. You know what? I'm gonna go Singletary. Let's do this bill right here. Let's do this bill. After this bill, we're gonna get into question and answer, man. We approaching an hour. I'm gonna go Singletary, Mostert, because they should be the guys now, and they're heavy favorites, so they should definitely run the ball. In my flex, because it's the 4:30 game, I believe, up 4:25. Give me Kamara, another guy I love. We're gonna start right here. We're starting right here, guys. This is gonna open it up. So my QB, I like Kyler Murray. We're gonna do that. I'm pairing it with Hopkins and Green. That's money. That's money. Let's get this defense up out of here. You know what? Let's really do it. Could I pay up for the 49? This would be so different right here. Oh yeah, this may do it. Pair Mostert with the 49ers. I like this. I like this right here. Paying up for defense to be contrarian in a game where they heavy favorites, where I think they dogged me. If you caught my sports betting show, you know I love the 49ers minus the 9. Yeah, give me that. Okay. Y'all might be on live air seeing my final single entry lineup right now. I really like this build right here. Tight end. Let's just see, cause I think I'm different enough. Let's see what happens if I go Pitts. How much I let? Okay, then I gotta go 3,100 receiver. But if I go, let's go my boy Eric Ebron. Oh, that's money. Then I can get Callaway in there. Oh, this is money. I love this build right here. Oh, and you can go more. Oh, you just open up a whole nother. You got guys like, if you like Marvin Jones, you can throw Marvin Jones Jr. in here if you like him. Hey guys, I like this build right here. This is nice. It's money. Jalen Waddle right there. Denzel Mims, Jabril Davis. I would probably just go my boy Callaway. And we'll leave it at that. Who does that open up at tight end? Let's see if it just happens to be a better tight end at 4,100. Oh, Beast, yeah. Oh, okay, Beast, I see. Yeah. Oh, Pittman's nice. I like Pittman too as a play, especially. All right, I'm gonna build that. That's my next stack. I'm finna build for y'all. We gonna do that right after this. Okay, 4,100. John New. Oh, John New. No, yeah, we're gonna lock in Eric Ebron. That's money. I like this build right here. This is a nice solid single entry kind lineup right here. I love it. Different at the defense, 49ers should crush. I like that. All right, let's get into the next bit. Let's talk about, especially since this value and open up at running back, man. That Singletary Mostert might replace Najee. Mixon. But let's go right here. Let's get into this lineup. Yeah, I think y'all gonna like them. This one's gonna be a nice one too. Y'all definitely gonna see this one from me. If you're in a contest with me, you might see this one right here. We're gonna do right there. Let's get in the QB, man. Let's go right to Russell Wilson. I don't know how much ownership he's getting. He's not being talked up nearly enough. And especially, I love Russell Wilson today. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, hands down my favorite two QBs plays today. Gonna play a lot of them, hands down. Murray, because I love that game. I love that game environment. Wilson is not getting talked about enough, guys. All we heard during preseason and in camp was them saying they want to speed up. They want to play up tempo. They want to dink and dunk, sling the ball around the field, let Russ cook. So they did it. I'm not saying that they're going to stick with that all year like they did last year. But at the beginning of last year, they tried it and they let Russ cook, and he was cooking, putting up monsters. The Seattle Seahawks was scoring the ball. If that's what they're saying again, I think they're going to give it another go-round this season again. So I think they open up, letting Russ cook, letting him air it out. I like Russell Wilson today, man. I think they let him go. I know Indiana has a solid defense, but I don't think they're world beaters. They're not the 2000 Ravens. You know, it's not no Ed Reeds and Ray Lewis is over there. And Russell Wilson can cook, man. He's the top QB in the league. Get you some Russell Wilson today, man. I don't think he's gonna go owned enough, especially with the concentration of targets. Now I'm gonna tell you his three main targets I like. We're going to get into it. Obviously, Metcalf, we're going to lock him in. And we're going to lock in Lockett. But if you don't want to go those two, because anybody who stacks Russell Wilson is going to 9 times out of 10 stacking with them two. So you probably could see somebody duplicate this lineup. You know what I mean? But I doubt it, because they ain't going to have two pay downs at running back like we doing. So that's how you do it, man. If you love a stack, and you know it's going to be high on like this Russell Wilson. I ain't going to say even high on. Anybody that stacks the Seahawks in the single entry is going to have this stack more than likely. So you can do it and get different like we're doing right here with Singletary Mostert. Or you can do it by picking Metcalf or Lockett. If you think it's the huge Lockett day, do that. And I'm going to tell you somebody else I like. Another pay down option at tight end. I like Everett, man, for Seattle. I think that he's a nice route runner. And I think with Lockett and Metcalf garnering all the attention, pushing the stretching the defense, things of that nature, he's going to be able to get in the middle of the field and sit down and work and read, and he's going to be a nice safety outlet for Russell Wilson when he gets in trouble, scrambles out of the pocket. I like going Everett right here as a way to get different with this Seattle stack, all right? But we're going to drop it in there. This is our last one, guys. It's been a whole hour. But bam, we're going to go right there. And now, to Beast, to your comment, we can run it right back with Michael Pittman Jr. I like that. This game could be sneaky, high-scoring game. I also like Carson Wentz, guys. Carson Wentz is a great sneaky stack, but more so for GPP. I wouldn't really. You can put him in single entry if you want to, but I don't think you have to go that hard. That's a very high-risk play. So I don't think you have to get that risky today in single entry. Just on this slate, another slate maybe, but not this one today. So much value, I don't think you have to go that risky at your QB. But he's a great GPP stack. All right, but run it back. Now we got that stack with Pittman in the case that this is a high scoring shootout. You know how the Seahawks did last year early in the year. So we got Pittman in there. A lot of salary left, guys. Now let's defense. We paid up to be different a while ago. Let's look. Let's see. Washington football team is they're so good, and I don't think they're getting enough ownership. They can very well sack, fumble, sack, strip. That front line is good, man. It's gonna be tough on the Chargers, man. I think we might want to go there. But let's go to Bills. Let's go to Buffalo Bills. Pair them with Singletary right here, because if the Bills are heavy favorites like they are, you think Singletary gonna have a good game. What game structure leads him having a big game? Them throwing the ball, maybe getting up early, having a lead, running the clock out, running the ball out, him getting goal line touches. So if that's the case, they're up. He's going to be getting the carries, and that means Pitt is going to be playing from behind. So they're going to have to throw a lot. There's more opportunities for sack, interception, things like that. So let's put the Bills right here, pair them with Singletary, and do that. Now we got 5,800 left. Tight end. We can go chalky. Right here. We can go Kyle Pitts, man. We don't have to go down to my pay down option. We can go Kyle Pitts and see where that leads us. Kyle Pitts, and that leads us 7,300. 7,300. It's a couple guys open right here. Let's see. Nick Chubb is a nice contrarian play. Oh man, Nick Chubb right here. That's a nice contrarian play. We all the way different. This lineup go off. You solo first in that thing, man. I like Chubb. Chubb nice there. What other options? We got AJ Brown. We got Thielen. You can do whatever you want to right here with this 7,100. That's tough. Just because it's single entry, you want safe plays with upside. So I'm gonna go Beast, you can go Aaron Jones right here in this bill right here. I'm just going right here. Aaron Jones is a nice play as well, but I think you can see a scenario there where AJ Dillon can vulture a touchdown from him. I like him. I like him as a play, but it's just that I think there are better plays at cheaper prices now. So to answer your question, Beast, I think there are better plays at cheaper prices, but yeah. Right here, flex. I'm going to just throw A.J. Brown in there just to get a piece of that other high-scoring game right there. Bam, and there you have it. I like this single entry build as well right here. I think it's going to be different enough, but not too risky. It should be solid floor right here and with all the ceiling potential in the world. There you have it right there. All right, let's get into some questions, man. Or if y'all want to do a build, we can do like a group build. Everybody shout out what stack they like. And then the most votes, we'll do that bill. Huh? Let's do it. Let's take some questions, man. What stacks y'all like? Somebody just throw something out there, and we'll see. First one to get 2 votes. We ain't got a lot of people in here. First one to get 2 votes, that's the one we'll do. Preferably one we ain't did. We did the Bills, we did the Cardinals, and we did the Seahawks. So, preferably a stack we ain't built yet. Or any questions, man. I'm going to be here for about 5 more minutes. Then I got to get to it, man. I got to get the building. I really like A-Rod, man, versus Adam Stack. Okay, MVS and Adam Stack. Okay, Devin the Dude. Okay. Packer stack. Anybody? Fitz and McLaurin Barnes. I see you. All right. Let's get somebody else. Yeah, that Fitz and McLaurin. That's a great GPP, Barnes. Boy, that's a great GPP. I don't know if I would get that risky in single entry, but you can though. That's a millionaire. That's a millionaire maker. Stack, Michael Barnes. That's a millionaire maker contest. Fitz and McLaurin, they go crazy. You got that in the million maker. I guarantee you are so low, my friend. Those guys are not going to be on. I love that for GPP. I wouldn't necessarily be that risky in single entry. But all right, so we got A-Rod. Okay, let's do Packer stack. All right. Let's get into it. So we're doing Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and we'll do VSJ. Marquette Vandale Scalding. However you say his name. Whatever. Let's do that stat. I'm throwing the comments. Two people said. One person just said Aaron Rodgers and MVS. The other person said Aaron Rodgers, MVS, and Devontae Adams. I'm throwing Devontae Adams in there because there's no way I'm going to build a stack with Aaron Rodgers and not put Devontae Adams in there. So that's why we're building it with these two. Devontae Adams, Marquette Vandale Scantling, all right? I also would venture to think Randall Cobb, man. Let's see how much he costs. I'm not even going to lie to you because think about it. Rodgers wanted Cobb there. He likes the guy. He's comfortable with him. And Rodgers throws the people he's comfortable with. That's why he forces so many balls to Devontae Adams, the chemistry and things there. So Randall Cobb being back, I do think he's in play, man. So we'll see, man. I don't know where. Let's see what he's on depth chart. Decide it was not worth the risk. And we missed out together in the career, so don't expect chemistry to be an issue between the two. Yeah, all right, yeah. So that's another play, but we're gonna do this bill right now. We got 5,200 left. All right. 5,200 left. So if we're gonna do that, we can do a run back. We can go Kamara. We're gonna make that. It makes the obvious sense. You can go Kamara. If you don't want to pay up right there, go to receive and go Callaway. Pay down. So we'll do that right there. That's what y'all are saying. You can fit Pat Stack with Christian and Kamara. Yeah, you can. That's what we're doing right now. Let's see. GBP, you want to go low running back, pay up for a wide receiver, definitely. If Cobb gets in the end zone, I'm pissed. Hey, Devin the dude, don't be surprised if Cobb gets in the end zone. I can see a little goal line slant or just a quick hit, sit down route, boom, Rodgers sticks it on him. Don't be surprised if Cobb gets in the end zone. I would not be, I'm telling you. But all right, let's so that's our game stack right there. Boom, we got 4,500 left. Let's see what we're gonna do with our run. Do we want to pay up for McCaffrey? 32, though. You definitely gonna have to pay down now. You can go McCart. Ooh, okay. Let's do what this might be a spot. We haven't built one with my boy yet, so we can go Elijah Moore right here. All right, that's 3,300. Now this is a situation single entry, so we trying to free up some salary. Let's go Falcons. Let's get some chalk Falcons. That give us 4,000 right there. Let's see. Tight end. Now if we go, let's see if we go Pitts, because we want Pitts or Ebron. Pitts, 3,700. Who that give us left in the flex? Who does that give us in the flex, man? 3,700. Rager, Patterson, Hurst, Campbell, Pascal, McKenzie, Marvin Waddle. Okay. We can even go Callaway. We can do that, and that's an ultimate game stack there. 5 people. That's the ultimate game stack. You got to have a Tampa Bay Cowboys game right there. So we might not necessarily go right there. Let's go Marvin Jones Jr., who should be the number one. Let's go right there. That's not bad. But you know what? Let's see. All right, y'all gonna start shooting questions out there, man. I'm finishing up this lineup. I'm just talking out my thoughts right now. Let's take some questions, man. Any questions? Let's get to it. So last little stat we built. Let's see. I'm putting Ebron in here. Let's put Ebron in here. Ebron. Now what that freezer? That's 600. So now we got 4,200 left. Let's see who we can get right there with 4,200. Snap. Oh, Rashad Higgins. Okay, Tanya. Now you can get Emmanuel Sanders. You can come back and get Pittman right there, who should be the number 1 over there. There you have it. I like this bill right here. I like this. It's a solid bill. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice single entry bill right here. It's a nice single entry bill right here. If you want to go, let's see. If we want to keep it all the way, let's go down. Who else was my other tight end? I think I had one person below. What my notes said? I think I had somebody below. Who else was I looking at? I think somebody was below. Oh, it was Fisker. This was the other tight end I was looking at, guys. Fisker from Tennessee. We know they like to play action. Tennessee, the tight ends from Tennessee have had big games before in the past, so we know that's in the realm of possibility, especially off that killer play action with Derrick Henry. Man, you got to respect it at all times. So if we go Fisker there, I may use that to get up from Elijah Moore. Because remember I told you we don't want to pay down. Let's see if it's a receiver who... Oh, A.J. Green. Oh, that's money. That's money. I like this single entry lineup right here. I like this build as well, man. Nice. This money right here. I like this a lot. I like so you see, there's so many ways you can go, guys. Just identify what the game you like the most, and the stack you think has the highest probability and stuff, and just roll with that and work out the scenarios. Don't just say, "Oh, I like Steelers, Bills. Give me Allen Diggs, whatever," and then I'm just gonna pick boom, boom, boom. How does that? Take an approach to it. Like, don't just do 2 because they say you gotta do 2. Like I said, Josh Allen, he can just be good with Diggs. He can just be good with one receiver. He's a quarterback I don't mind pairing with just one receiver. I would really, even honestly speaking, I could run Josh Allen out there naked. It's not the most likely thing I do, but he's a very well possibility you can run him out there naked. But I would want to pair him with one receiver. But just think about the game scenario, play it out in your head, and then just stick to your guns, man. Trust your gut, trust your instinct, trust your fear. It's gonna make you a better fantasy player, because when you do it that way, you have the ability to duplicate it. You know what I mean? It can be done again. Just picking random people and you get lucky, that's gonna be a one-off. You can't duplicate that again because you're just being random. When you have a strategy, you apply it to your single entry, you stick to your guns and do it. That process is very repeatable. That's what you want to do. That's what we do at Golden Goose DFS. Man, that's the key to being successful over the long run and working your way up. Because being that focused and looking at every game like that, you're going to start to find the creases in the seams. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to get in where you fit in and really be profitable in DFS. That's just how I look at it, man. But listen, that's going to do it for us today. I got to build these lineups, man. Y'all green up. It's been real. We'll be back next Saturday, same time, 11 o'clock. I'm getting it down, man. I'm going to try to get some people behind me, get a better production, get my ESPN on, all right? But if there's no other questions, one final call. Any other questions? It could be anything, man. Do I like a stack? Any other sneaky plays? Whatever. All right. That's a bet. Oh, yeah, green up, man. Kid from Acton Devon, dude. Good luck to everybody out there, man. Let's really get into it. Let's do it, fellas. All right? Bet.